Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an episode of Tables, Ladders, and Bumps, where we talk about, well, what is Tables, Ladders, and Bumps really? It's a pro wrestling podcast, y'all. Where we discuss different promotions like WWE, AEW, and others. We talk about pressing topics. This week, we'll be talking about AEW, a little bit AEW Revolution, We're talking about the steel cage match between CM Punk and Seth Rollins Monday Night Raw. We got our 3 count, which we've been talking about what's best for WrestleMania 41 in terms of business wise. On Ringside P, I'm joined with Wade. We're gonna get into it. Might have a 10-4 theory for you guys tonight, but man, before we get started with everything, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, comment. Um, Man, give that subscribe button a MJF crotch bump to the face. And tell us what you guys think, man. So we're gonna kick it off from that way. I'm gonna let you ISO a little bit on AEW Revolution. Tell us what you thought about it. How did you feel about it? What was crazy to you? Let me know, man.
Yeah, so I'm in the midst of. I was actually supposed to go to Revolution, but I had to coach that weekend, so I was up not in LA. I was 4 hours away coaching high school
You was supposed to pull
kids.
a John Cena, man. You was supposed to pull John Cena effing kids.
I was if yeah if we ended early, like my plan was if the tournament ended early, I was just gonna drive straight to Revolution because I knew
Uh,
like crap was gonna be crazy over there, and so I have I still haven't watched the Kenny Omega Takeshita match or Tony Storm versus Mariah May. Like I'm saving those for tomorrow morning. So next week I'll probably talk about those. But the I really like the Hangman Adam Page and MJF match. Like that, I thought it was a pretty good opener. I like both of the characters a lot too. I think the story with MJF being annoyed that everyone just like still loves Hangman Page, even though he like burned someone's house down, and like everything Hangman Page has done is like worse than what MJF has done, and like people
mhm.
act like he's like the worst heel ever, and it's like, well, he's kind of has a point, like burning someone's house down in storyline wise, and then like drinking someone's blood is certainly worse than anything MJF has done, but. Um, so I thought that was like a really good opener. Um, Zero Hour, the Rizzler got involved and stuff, so that's always fun. The I was the I'm just gonna get into the negative part, which is the final match, which is Coke versus Mox. And kind of the thing I was thinking, there's like 8 people on this card that I was watching that I would rather have with the championship than Moxley or Cope. Like I'd rather have Ricochet with the world championship, Swerve. I'd rather have MJF. I'd rather have Hangman. I'd rather have Kyle Fletcher. I'd rather have Will Ospreay. I'd rather have Takeshita. I'd rather have Kenny Omega. So yes, 8 people just on this card. So basically, everyone that wrestled, I'd rather. I think they deserve the world championship more than Moxley or Cope. So that's like a big issue. Like, and that's holding AEW back a lot. And I've talked about it, I mean, at nauseum. Like, everything, I like all the other stories going on right now in AEW. And not all of them. Like, obviously, there's going to be some turds. But, like,
Yeah.
overall, like, I think they got some good stories. And I think the storytelling for, like, some of the mid card stories is they're doing a better job with those than WWE is.
Hmm.
WWE for the main story, like with Johnson, like that's way better than AEW. AEW's weakest point is the main title, so
Yeah.
that's kind of an issue. And the I'll end with the steel cage match because we're probably going to go right into the other steel cage match. But that was freaking insane. Like they did a Spanish. If you guys have not watched this match, it's worth watching this match. They do a steel cage, Spanish fly off the top of the cage. So the like suplex that they do in the Punk Seth match is kind of like weak sauce because it's like it's basically the same thing. It just looks like it's worth because his feet are kind of hanging on the edge of the. No, they just straight
Yeah.
up do a Spanish fly off the top of the cage, which is in that's some like Kurt Angle like crap. So
Kurt
uh
Angle.
yeah, it was really brutal. Osprey and Fletcher, I think are they are probably like I don't think they've had a bad match in like either of them in like year like over a year.
Hmm.
They're like two of the most solid wrestlers like I think in the world right now for any company. If I see them on a lineup for anything, I'm gonna like watch that episode for sure. Those two guys, and I'd probably throw Takeshita in there too. But I think Osprey and Fletcher are like kind of like past Takeshita right now, and even Kenny Omega to be honest.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I was really impressed with that steel cage match. They were just insane, dude. I don't know how. And a lot of times when you have like I thought Swerve and Hangman Adam Page's cage match was not super good for them. Like I feel like because of the way they wrestled, it made it hard for them to do a bunch of their flips and kind of the
Hmm.
Fletcher and Osprey found somehow figured out a loophole in that, and they were doing like insane stuff. So I was just really impressed with their athleticism and everything. But I'll give you my Prime password so you can check it out for sure. So yeah, I got you on that. But
I
you
was
saw some clips?
yeah, I saw some clips. I think I saw the Hidden Blade. That was the end of the match. I saw
Yeah.
that, but when they saw that, I saw both of them was all bloody, so I can tell that they went to war and stuff like that, which was cool. The one highlight I saw like two clips from MJF and Hangman Page
Oh
match.
yeah.
The one with the crotch sting to the face, and then like the double on the hook, like kind of like flight slam.
Oh yeah. The
They kind of dropped him on his head, kind of
yeah, I think it's called Angel's Wings or something like that. Uh,
that. So everything, all the clips that I saw. So I feel like with AEW, maybe besides the main event, which I heard you was the only person I heard negative stuff about it, but I feel like there's something for every type of fan there.
yeah.
So they please across the board with their show. And maybe whereas like WWE, you might not get that. You might get like a certain type of audience that they trying to hit with their show sometimes. And yeah, they might sprinkle in a couple matches that might be for someone else, but usually I feel like AEW does a real good job as like, yo, we're gonna give you some serious stuff, we're gonna give you some cool athletic type of matches, we're gonna give you some guts, some blood. We can give you a match that might have a great story, then we might give you I don't wanna call it silly. I'm gonna give you like a fun match,
Yeah.
with there's some shenanigans or something like that in there. So I like that variety that AEW does deliver when it comes to their pay-per-views.
Yeah, it is like a wrestling show of like every style for sure.
Hmm.
Where like WWE has their style
Yeah.
basically. Um, which like I think it's funny when I I don't know if you had seen this where like um Osprey got interviewed and they're like, "Oh, how do you feel about the WWE fans like criticizing you or whatever?" He's like, "I don't care because if I was over there, they would be like basically like sucking my dick, like loving me because of how good I am." Which is if he was over in WWE, everyone would be glazing him like nonstop, like because he's like I didn't realize how good he was until like I watch his New Japan stuff, but I didn't think he'd be that good of a like TV wrestler and a promo guy. And I'm like, oh, this
Hmm.
guy's he's kind of got it all. He's weird and has a
Hmm.
weird personality. So, but yeah, I'm like, dude, because of how much they love Penta, and Penta hasn't really done like anything that like if dude, people's heads would explode at a freaking Raw if you saw Osprey do his. He did like a I can't remember the name of the move, but just like you know how some people like someone's on their back laying on the mat and they'll just like backflip onto him. He
Yeah.
did it but with like two twists. Like just from his
Mhm.
feet, like whoop, whoop, like and that's just like in the middle of the match, like it's not even like a big thing, but like, dude, that's so difficult to do that.
Yeah.
Like you would see like Ricochet do the backflip one on someone just
Mhm.
from his feet, but like, dude, the freaking double twist while he's rotating is just he's just on another level, man. It's pretty crazy. So it's good they have both of these companies to because all the blood would be a bit much for some of the like fans. You mean WWE
Yeah,
fans?
yeah, I
Like
get
I'm
that.
all about it, but
I mean, I think that is a good segue into the other steel
yeah,
cage match between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Um, for me, watching that match, I feel like I can feel the hatred between those two guys. They did a good job of really like displaying that and making you feel that during the match. Almost to the point it was like, man, these dudes can't even really work together because they can't even call the match because they hate
yeah.
each other so much. I felt like that was like part of the thing. What made it like good to me that part too, and it felt like their finisher was like on 100. So they had I saw felt like 85 GTSs,
Hmm.
92 curve stomps, super curve stomps and kicking out and all that crazy stuff. And but once again, I am surprised, and might take away a look from the match. I still enjoyed it, but just like the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens match, a match that is supposed to be unsanctioned and so brutal had no blood. A match between two guys that hate each other so much, I thought there would be blood, just to add
Yeah.
more to it. Yeah, I mean, maybe it didn't need it, but I felt like, oh man, that kind of would have been the cherry on top. These guys are throwing up the middle fingers at each other. They're swearing at each other inside the middle of the ring. Bleed, you know?
We'll show the middle finger too. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing that like okay, if you're not gonna have blood, like whatever, but like, dude, you could show a middle finger.
Yeah.
Like they can show that on regular TV. That they don't have to block it off on regular TV. I'm pretty sure they can show someone on like the freaking. I'm watching the OC right now because I'm dork, but like I was like, oh, this is on. I remember watching this when I was in middle school or whatever. But like shows like that, they flip each other people off. Like it's on TV. It's not like it's you know what I mean? I that kind of like, especially on Netflix.
Yeah. I'm so confused about what is allowed, because the fans can say stuff, so that's no longer censored out.
Yeah, that was
They
bad
were
when they would do
they were
that.
swearing Punk and Seth Rollins, and you can really hear what they were saying, you know. But a middle finger is like, oh, that's it. We gotta black this mug out. And it's like, no, like this is Netflix, like no, put out their wieners or put out some boobs, like let
Yeah,
it fly.
it's gotten kind of ridiculous with that because I it kind of took me out of the match, to be
Yeah,
honest. So if they're gonna do that in the match, then you should show that in the match.
yeah.
Like I can go to an indie show that's like for all ages and people will flip each other off and maybe not say the actual F word, that's fine. But like the middle finger's not like the end of the world, dude. Like it's
It's 2025. There's way worse
yeah,
things that you
it's
can be doing.
like you're in the car with your parents, you're gonna see someone your parents get flipped off. Like it's not
Yeah.
like it's gonna happen maybe tomorrow. So I yeah, it kind of took me out of the match a little bit. The blood, I think they should have had blood, probably. Um,
Hmm.
I thought they did a really good job, like how you were saying, where it did feel like they hated each other. Because
Yeah.
it did feel like, I think that's kind of like the difference with the Osprey and Fletcher match.
Fletcher.
Like, oh, they were bleeding and they were going crazy and laying it in. And like they were playing the role of like hating each other, but like I feel like Seth and Punk legitimately hate each other, which I think they do in real life too. So that's probably part of it, but I'm like, oh, is someone gonna like give someone a receipt? Like I was starting to get a little bit worried with some of how like wild some of the punches were when
Yeah.
they were throwing the punches. So um I think you're doing a good job if I feel like a little uneasy, like is this shoot or is this
Work. Yeah.
yeah. So I thought it was pretty good, and I actually liked that. It was kind of stupid that freaking Roman gets Seth to win by trying to kill him, basically. It's like Seth won because Roman pulled him out to basically fatality him. It's like you won, but you're not gonna have any teeth. So
Yeah, I mean,
and
I like the finish. So I hate that I've been watching wrestling for so long that you can tell from the camera angles now
yeah.
that something's gonna happen. You know, so during the match when they kept leaving the door open, 'cause, I mean, we all knew, and there was rumors that Roman Reigns was gonna be there. So it was
Yeah.
like, all right, what role is he gonna play into the match? Is he gonna rip the cage open and hop in there? How is he gonna get in the cage? How is he gonna affect this match? So when they kept having the door open, they kept telling, "Oh, dude, just to leave or whatever, just give up or whatever, stuff like that." I'm like, "Oh, there we go, right there. That's how Roman plays a part, or how he gets into the match somehow." And so even he comes up and he pulls them out, and so I like the finish because it protects Punk, even though they don't count wins and losses. It's not like a clear victory
Punk
for
was gonna
Seth.
lose though, but yeah. Because like
It's not,
Seth was just chilling by the
yeah.
exit, like sitting there.
So it's not like a clear
Yeah.
victory, you know. So it still adds a little asterisk to it. So that's how we lead into. Well, I think we also going to lead into the triple threat because Roman Spear Punk too. So you know, so that part too leads to the triple
Yeah.
threat. But it's just like on one hand we got John Cena turning heel, kicking Cody Rhodes in the nuts. You got Travis Scott busting eardrums and blacking eyes out there, and then you get Roman
Do you think
jealous.
he actually got his eardrum busted, or do you think they just said that too? I mean,
I don't know.
that black eye's still bad.
Yeah, I, it's like, man, a punch is a punch, you know. Like, but I was like, man, do I want to say like that Travis Scott busted my eardrum and blacked my eye? Like, do I want to have that on my record? You know, as like
He
real and
deserves a
not like,
receipt for that thing.
yeah. I hope one's coming for that for sure. But no, if it was a work, good job because
Yeah.
you made people hate him even more. So,
He's a dick.
so like that. Um, I don't want to see him wrestle. I know we about to get off track, but I definitely don't want to see him in any matches. I saw like a little backstage scene with him and Triple H, and it was like, man, he said how he's gonna get some wrestling rings put in his house so he can start practicing and stuff like that. I don't want to see that, but
I kind of
no, man.
do. I don't even like him
unless,
that much, but I just want to
unless
see
someone
how bad
destroys
he
him,
is.
someone destroys him, like Braun Breaker or something like that.
That's what I was thinking, a Braun Breaker spear. Because I don't even
But
think he's as good of an athlete as like I Show Speed.
no, no, I don't think so. I remember that man fell in a hole on a stage before, so so no. Um, but like
I
this the
forgot about.
drama. On one hand, like you got like this superb like storyline with Cena, Cody, The Rock, or whatever now, and I feel like now we got a soap opera between Seth Roman,
Well,
Punk, with
it's
Paul
fitting
Heyman.
for Roman.
Yeah,
Like
but
it's been a whole like because people act like it's cinema with him and his acting, and it's like I mean no, like we've all seen good movies. Like Roman's
yeah,
not a good like movie actor. He'd be great in a soap opera.
yeah,
Like it's basically what kind of acting they do, which is fine. Like that's what
yeah.
closer to what pro wrestling is, but it's not like I'm not like seeing Roman Reigns act on screen and I'm like,
Give him an
damn.
Oscar.
You know what? If they would have had him in There Will Be Blood, that movie would have even been better. Like, you know what I mean? It's like instead of like a top 10 movie in the last 20 years, it'd probably be top one. Like, no, I don't like no movie in the like that's good. I think he would add anything to it. Um, so yeah, it's like, man, imagine if Roman Reigns was in Lady Bird. That would be
But he's in the Revenant
the
with Leo.
Revenant. He's the one that beats up the bear instead of Leo. Yeah.
Just super punches. It
Uh,
comes out of nowhere. Just two punches the bear.
that would honestly that would probably make that movie better because that movie is kind of ass.
You just see the bear like getting ready to toss up on Leo, and you just hear "ooh," ah," and the bear turns around and Roman. He spears the bear.
Yo, okay, so we found the one movie that's like kind of critically acclaimed that would be better with Roman Reigns, but I think other than that, I don't. Uh, in the comments below, let us know what movie would be better with Roman Reigns, either just completely playing Roman Reigns or acting skills. But I think it's better if you do him doing the Superman punch or spearing someone for no reason in the movie. So, yeah, like what's the he's in Dune 2, just like comes out. It's just be he's like in the
Not not even dressed in none of the other garb, just regular Jordans.
he's wearing his normal sweats and the Jordans. Just
Out in the desert, the Superman punching people.
what is it, Lazul Agib or whatever they start calling him that instead of freaking Timothy Chalamet. Oh man. Okay. I actually would want to see that. So maybe I was wrong that Roman Reigns wouldn't make anything better. But yeah. Well, he could go against Batista too. Was it Batista in Dune?
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They could duke it out. But so what did you were you really moved by Paul Heyman hugging CM Punk? Like did it make you tear up or
Oh man, no, it definitely pulled on my heartstrings. Like I was like, oh man, those are best friends right there. They got a real bond. He felt bad for Punk, and I'm like, where was this at for Roman? When Roman get his head stumped in twice and then double stumped. On top of that at the Royal Rumble, and
that double stomp was sick?
it's always baffling for me to watch stuff, and maybe that's just because it's just the WWE. Where was everyone else when Seth Rollins was just having a stump party at Royal Rumble? Where was all the security guards? Where was all the referees? But as soon as Roman lines up Seth on the steel chair on the steps, everyone comes running out to stop him. What happened
Yeah.
before?
I kind of
You
wish they
know,
would have let
like
him do it. Like he did it to well, and then Roman told him to bite the steps too. Like it's freaking American History X. I was like, damn dog.
I mean, it's the same thing for Sammy and KO. We just watched this whole crazy match between the two of them, and now because Randy Orton wants to punk Kevin Owens, we gotta stop him.
I know,
What?
yeah. I'm like, that's not even that bad of a like. I know it's illegal, but like, he's not gonna legit kick him as hard as he can.
I don't know, I just want to be kind of right all the way around. But no, we know we're gonna get the triple threat match,
Yeah,
and
obviously.
but can it just be a triple threat match, just filled with just hatred, or will it be another stipulation or something on the line? Is that good enough for WrestleMania? Just a triple threat match between the three of them with nothing else that happens after that?
Oh, can I do a
Go
tinfoil with this right now?
ahead.
I've come up with the stipulation for this match. It's for the custody of Paul Heyman. That's what this match is for. For some reason, Seth Rollins is in it. He's just in it for no reason, like how everything was Seth. You're like, why is he in this match? I don't know. He's in it though. So, but it's for the custody of Paul Heyman. So, and Paul Heyman's in a shark cage, over the top of the thing. So that's what I'm looking for.
No, honestly, I could feel like that could be an angle. Not but if, as much as like I Punk's favorite is like, excuse me, you got to manage me again. You have to leave Roman and manage me.
That's the
You
most
know,
logical option.
or if there's something to where there actually is an actual stipulation put onto this match where who wins is somehow number one contender, and then during the match, Punk says, "I'm cashing in my favor now. Help me win." And Paul has to help Punk win. Whether he was getting ready to give a steel chair to Roman to use, instead he gives it to Punk. Something like that.
Uno
So
reverse card.
yeah, so that way. Um, no, that's what I'm feeling with that, man. But I was pleased with the steel cage match. You got anything else you want to say about it?
No, I thought that the match was fine. The end was just so silly. It's anytime Roman's in a match, they're involved in some storyline. It's like the most soap opera like he's like holding up. Like I'm like, how did he spawn there so fast? Like it's not like he must have sprinted into the where did he come from?
He came from behind Roman. So I saw footage when Roman ran in from the crowd. Paul Heyman was behind him too.
Okay,
Uh, Roman jumped the barricade, but Paul Heyman went a different direction.
okay,
Yeah.
and then it was just whispering sweet nothings in CM Punk's ears. Damn, that was so weird. It was like it wasn't even that I mean it was like a tough match, but it's not even like as bad as the freaking Drew one where
Yeah.
like that was way more but whatever, it's fine. They needed to do it for the story, so I don't yeah, I just the I for shenanigans, I just like the way they book them for Judgment Day stuff
Hmm.
much better than Bloodline for some reason. I think it's funnier. I think that's why, because like they'll
Yeah.
basically be slipping on banana peels and stuff too. Where like Bloodline, it's just like
Yeah.
they come in and just wreck it, and it's like, oh okay, like I won again from a Samoan spike from Solo popping out like of nowhere. So I don't know, yeah, but that's all I got for that match. It was pretty. It was. I thought it was really, really good until I watched the other
Yeah.
steel cage match, and I was like, it's really good. So I moved a few reallys off of there.
No. Like I say, I agree. It was still good. It was especially for Monday Raw, steel cage between these two. They really showed out Monday night.
Yeah.
Um, what did you guys think about the steel cage match? Did you guys watch Revolution? Let us know. Make a comment below about that stuff there. We're gonna get into our 3 count, and tonight's topic is what is best for WrestleMania 41 business wise. And so that's kind of like who should win what matches, and not who we want to win, but who should win business wise. What is the best decision for WWE coming out of WrestleMania 41 with the current landscape of matches?
So I think we should do this for like the four big
Yeah.
titles, right? So Io, Rhea, Bianca. We're assuming that's triple threat.
Yes.
The last one we were just talking about, that triple threat, that has nothing to do with for business, to be honest. It's just like to me, I don't think it matters who wins that other than Seth losing.
Yeah.
In my opinion, do you think it matters?
I can't. I would be surprised if Roman lost or got pinned. You know, I can see CM Punk come out of that. I think it matters. So I think in both triple threat matches, we're protecting a future feud between two people.
Mm-hmm.
So with EO, I feel EO has to win. I think that's best for business
Oh,
is
you
EO
think?
to win
Oh, okay. Well, let's work
because
on that one. I'm surprised you think that, actually.
because I don't need to see Rhea with the championship again, right? And Naomi's kind of not Naomi. Bianca's going to be tied up with this Naomi and Jay stuff. So I think it's best to put the belt on someone. Not saying the other two can't go as hard as Io Sky can, but Io can go. You know.
Yeah, I don't think they can actually go like on like a stadium. Bianca's as
Mhm.
good as everyone. Like TV,
Yeah.
EO as a babyface is way better than both of them. I think.
The only thing that just suffers with Io is just promos. You know, but I feel like there's a way around that. You can do
Yeah,
that. You can structure that in a way that works for her. You
with her
know.
speaking Japanese, I think the people are like, you just said the subtitles. I don't think it's that big of a deal because she sounds cool as fuck
Yeah,
with the speaking Japanese. I think.
I think if they do that and put the subs on her, and that'll work. You know, don't really have her like trying to speak English too much. But she can. You know, but it might not actually. The sentiment might not actually translate well with the crowd like it should hit. You know.
Yeah.
Um. So I think that's best because now you protect the Bianca and Rhea feud, and that can go into Queen of the Ring possibly as a matchup, which it shouldn't be because I feel like it's a WrestleMania match. You know, um, so I'm cool with Io winning out of that. I think like I said, I think that's best for business with that. For Jay versus Gunther, I think Gunther needs a revamp. Let
Hmm.
him lose the title, put it on Jay, uh, because I think you can use Jay to elevate other guys in the mid card title. But that's mid card right now. I feel like you can have Jay versus Chad Gable, you can have Jay versus Sammy, you can have Jay versus Karrion Cross, um, maybe a couple other guys. And I think it would fit more. The range between the two it would be closer than it with Gunther facing these guys because Gunther's looked at such as a elite wrestler that for me it doesn't match up well. Um, and because that's I think that's what you want. You want to try to elevate some people up, and you can if Bronson Reed was healthy, he can
Hmm.
come back and challenge Jay Uso. So I think for business wise, I say Jey Uso should win at WrestleMania. Um, Charlotte versus Tiffany.
Oh, let's work. Let me
Oh,
get
okay.
my So, um, I do think Jay is probably the best option for business, as much as I don't. But I think it's for a short title reign. I think he
Hmm.
has zero capability of elevating anyone. I think, in my opinion, just like his matches, it's generally people elevating him, in my
Hmm.
opinion.
But
But
that still might be the same thing though. Like he might not actually be making if you put a Chad Gable with against Jey Uso and Chad Gable is elevating Jey Uso, I think he still benefits off of that match that he's been in with Jey Uso.
that's I well, so if you're gonna have Jay win, it's like more of like a happy story thing. Like,
Mhm.
and I don't. I'd be annoyed because Gunther's lost two manias in a row to someone he should not lose to. So that's like the part that
Mhm.
kind of annoys me a bit. Um, but like I'm cool with it because he sells merch. Like whatever. If you give him the title till SummerSlam,
Mhm.
then I'm cool with it. He does not deserve like a year long reign.
No, I think it's over for that. I think Cody will be the last one to have a year long title reign.
Yeah. So I'm cool with him winning it. But if you like you're talking about elevating, I would like him to have a good feud with like you brought up Chad Gable. Chad
Mhm.
Gable Chad Gable dethrones him, and that's a thing to like build up Chad Gable. But
Mhm.
like if it's just like you need him to build up another heel to like actually beat him, I think. If it's just like
Mhm.
another heel and then loses to him, it doesn't I don't think it does anything, in my opinion.
Well, no, I can see that. I think I guess because I feel like with Gunther as champion, how should you get people like who are currently heels like Chad, like Bronson Reed, like Karrion Cross, um, possibly Sammy because he's been dealing with Karrion Cross. How do you get them back to Gunther? Like I think you're able to get them into that next level by dealing with Jey Uso.
Yeah, it's just you have to bring over more baby faces, I think, almost for Gunther, and there's not very many
Yeah,
in Raw, which is kind of the I mean, who do you have on Raw that's like a legit baby face? That's good.
Rey Mysterio,
No, that's good still.
Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dominic's better than Ray now, to be honest, which is crazy. Like, I think Jay's probably like, obviously, I don't like his wrestling that much, but he's like a really good baby face.
Yeah.
Um, like, I bring him up all the time, but he's hurt. Dragunov was like one of the only like baby
Hmm.
faces that like that would be the perfect person to dethrone Roman, I think, because he's believable too.
Gunther,
Uh,
or Roman.
huh?
You say Roman or
Gunther,
Gunther?
Gunther. I mean,
Yeah.
that to for him to dethrone Gunther. I mean, who's a babyface on Raw?
See, it's hard. It's difficult. It's way more solid heels than it is baby faces.
Yeah, you just have like Sami Zayn and
LWO.
ugh.
Penta.
I mean, Dragon Lee, if they actually let Dragon Lee wrestle the
Yeah.
way he can wrestle, then you could have something there. Maybe um Ray
AJ
Phoenix.
Styles. Yeah.
No, not AJ.
I'm saying,
No.
as far as like baby faces, that's all they really are over there.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't even say but yeah, I guess, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, you bring up a good point there. I think it's just an issue with the number of baby faces
Hmm.
on that side. Someone's gonna comment in the comments like 30 different baby faces we forgot about, but I honestly the fact that I can't even think of them means because no
Because
one in Alpha Academy is
no,
realistic.
and Punk and Seth were tied up.
Yeah, and they're tweeners anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right, yeah, that's a good point. Um, for Cody and Cena, who do you
Well,
think?
let me say that one. Let's hit
Okay,
this Charlotte and Tiffany. Uh, because that's kind of like a type of match for me. Like, I
Charlotte and
don't think,
Tiffany.
yeah, like only because I just don't like the build to it. Like I hate that Tiffany has been made to look like weak. You know,
Yeah, we still got
And-
5 weeks.
yeah, but I hate that. I hate when the champion has to beg for a match. I don't want the champion begging for matches. You're the champion. Be cocky. Um, um, I want to say what's best for business is for Tiffany to win,
I think
but
you're right.
I kind of feel it's Charlotte, man. I,
I don't think Charlotte moves business or anything, to be honest. Tiffany's over.
yeah, but I feel like Tiffany losing unless she has unless this is like some type of this amazing it's still a night match. Like
Which
I
is
feel like
possible with those two.
Tiffany Stratton losing could elevate her even more, her star power even more.
If she wins at like SummerSlam.
Yes.
All right, I get behind you on that. If she loses and then does win it back at
Hmm.
like a 2 day pay-per-view, I'm cool with that. But if she
Yeah.
just like loses it and then is like doing random shit and is like
Yeah.
then fighting like Lyra Valkyria, I'm gonna be freaking annoyed. So, um, yeah, I like Charlotte's gonna win. I've accepted it, but I just don't like Charlotte, so she's just really annoying to me.
Hmm.
And her
Yeah.
face looks different every single
Big
year,
time.
which really
That
freaking
picture,
throws me off too.
that picture I sent you guys for the meet and greet, that doesn't look like Charlotte
No.
at all. So
And I'm
um
not like plastic surgery
like then
shaming anyone, but it's like pretty drastic that like every year you look like a completely different face. Um, I'm like, does she have a doppelganger and just keeps switching out people? Like, what's going on here? Um, but yeah, like if Tiffany loses, she has to win it back though. You can't like waste this
yeah.
thing with her. But okay, because I think it's different than like the next one we're going into,
Oh
Cena
yeah.
and Cody.
So I've been going back and forth with this, and does Cena need to win at WrestleMania? And would that be best for business? Or does Cody need to win to continue on? And I feel like I'm gonna sound like a Cody hater by saying like, yo, he should lose because I'm tired of him. But like these last few weeks for him on doing promos, I feel like this has been like I reignited like my like fanfare for him. Like I've
Oh,
been like,
okay.
man,
I thought you were gonna
I
say
like
your hatred for him. So I was like, dude, these promos have been good. I was
yeah,
like, I was gonna say if you're hating on him again, you're like a serious hater. Like these are pretty like objectively really good. Okay, go ahead.
No,
I
I'm
was
like,
getting
man,
ready
like
to roast you.
I'm like, dude, these promos has been really great. And I'm like, man, because the last one before then was like going into WrestleMania 40. And then in Chicago, when he was like, man, I'm gonna beat the final boss and then blah blah blah. And then the rock music hit. I'm like, oh, it just felt good that time. But these last two have been great. It makes me want to see more. I want to see a different side of Cody Rhodes now. Not the so much emotional, confused, or gullible guy. Like I want to see a toughness out of him. And I think this is what we're getting with him facing Cena. And so I think him losing is Vessel's business
Mhm.
to establish whatever this is going to be with. We would just say the new corporation or new authority. You know, or we just call it TKO for now. Like
Dog, you're such a
to
hater.
really establish that
I'm kidding.
Cody has to lose.
I
He
agree
has to
with you
lose.
100% on this. Like, I was just gonna give you crap. No, yeah, like he definitely. You cannot turn Cena heel and have Cena lose
Yeah,
this match. Like when there's definitely gonna be shenanigans, and Cody's like pretty isolated now. I mean, homie was getting like curb stomped, and like no one came out to help him at all. Like I know it was like in another, wasn't it in another country? Yeah, it
what
was. So like,
Toronto?
yeah, I mean that's barely another country. It's not like I mean, AJ
Everyone was still
Styles,
there.
AJ Styles flew to like Saudi Arabia or Australia to hit someone with a chair. So, I mean, you think one of his friends would be at the show. So, I don't, yeah, I think he has to lose. I'm gonna be actually annoyed if he wins. Like, it'll like legit be passing the torch because he'll be super Cody.
Yeah,
If he somehow defeats John Cena, um, and John Cena comes back this week, right?
Monday.
Oh hell yeah! In Brussels, is that where Raw is?
This where it's at. I would be surprised if John Cena is not actually in the building, but is Viva Satellite. But it would be cool to see him in the building.
Okay, well, either way, like he needs to. We got like 5 weeks left. I want to see some because like it was a cool heel turn and everything, but
Mhm.
and we've gotten like a few weeks of us like dealing with him turning heel, and like I'm cool with all that. But now it's like, all right, let's
Pick it up.
I want to see you start doing promos like ripping heat, like being an asshole, like you already used to be as a babyface.
Yeah.
So like now it's gonna be more makes more sense. Uh, yeah, I would actually be annoyed if Cena lost.
Hmm.
So just like storyline wise, Cody doesn't even need to get it back for like a while. I don't
Yeah.
even think SummerSlam. I think past that.
I think Cody gets beat and has to go away for a little bit.
I don't even know if you need to do that. You could just have him keep getting destroyed by like the Rock's goons and random people.
Hmm.
Because they've got to have other people involved, right?
Yeah. So rumors that I've heard is Ethan Page and LA Knight
LA
and
Knight.
yeah, and then the based off the hand,
What are they gonna have
all
Shinsuke too?
the the other one that I hope isn't true is Jey Uso.
Oh, that would be weird. Yeah, they shouldn't do that. He sells too much merch.
Yeah.
You can't turn everyone heel that like sells makes money. Like, don't do that. Um, although that would be then people would stop eating, which would make my life exponentially better. So I wouldn't mind that, but I don't. Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily a. Maybe Sami Zayn could turn Sammy heel because of freaking Karrion Cross.
Yeah, but we gotta get to that point. Like,
We got time. We got 5 weeks, dude.
yeah, yeah, we do.
And he just has to turn like at Mania.
Yeah.
So he'll. You mean curb stomp carrying cross and then lose his mind and then help the Brock maybe. Because who else could you? What baby face could you have do it that wouldn't like ruin everything? I think Jay would ruin a lot because he's going for a title too. I don't
Yeah.
think that
Yeah. Um.
Ethan Page makes sense because he's a weenie.
Yeah.
Oba Femi would be sick actually if they had him. But he
Muscle.
should just be solo. He should be solo. He doesn't. They should just bring him onto like Raw or SmackDown. That dude's
Yeah. Straight is.
yeah, he's a real deal. Like he's good. I don't. Trick Williams needs to stay in NXT like another year, but Oba Femi is that dude's legit. So, gosh, imagine it's Ridge Holland on there too. Oh, Gallus. I know that Gallus trained The Rock when he was
Yeah.
coming back. Maybe it's them. They're super annoying and everyone hates them, so that might be good. I don't know. You'd be so annoyed if it was Gallus with him, huh?
I don't know.
You don't even
I
know
gotta
who they are, do you?
know.
Oh, dude, everyone hates them. They're these Scottish guys, and they're like really grimy looking. And they like every time they're involved in a storyline, I'm like, gosh, dang it! Like ruins it on NXT. Um, Ethan Page. All right. I mean, I feel like there could be someone better than Ethan Page, but it's freak.
Probably.
What about freaking Mello? Mello's got some swag.
He's tied up with the Miz.
Dog, the time being tied up with the Miz ain't ever a thing. Let's just move you on to the like this freaking A plus storyline. Dog, he's tied up with the Miz. We gotta let that story play out.
Set up the Miz, yo. He can't go.
Dude, the Miz had his like most entertaining storyline in like 5 years with Karrion Cross, and they still booted his ass over to SmackDown.
Oh man.
Oh, dog, imagine. I mean, he does have that storyline, but I think Mello would be a sick addition to it.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, who else?
I don't know, man. Ponder about it. Think about it a little bit.
Andrade?
Think about it.
Just picking random people who are slightly heels. Wyatt
Man.
Six. The Wyatt
Oh,
Six with that would be freaking Nikki Cross in her mask popping out, just freaking spooking Cody. That would be great. That would ruin everything.
oh
Ah.
man. But
Yeah, that's
man,
all. I don't got anything else on that. Now my mind's gonna be thinking of random people. They just need to bring up NXT people though, like
yeah,
Ethan Page.
I think so. But man, guys, what do you guys think is best for WrestleMania business wise? Let us know who should be winning WrestleMania. Man, that's been an episode of Table Has Some Bumps. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, check out all our content. We're gonna be at WrestleMania week. Hit us up, do some content together and stuff like that. Meantime, rock bottom that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications. Until next week, adios.
Peace.